What are some other traits that you think are important and really separates the successful teams and the great agents from those who don't?
Think the teams that treat this like it's a full time. I don't want to say full time job. I don't want to scare anybody out there, but I think the people
Not
that
a side
treat it like
hustle.
yeah, it's not a side hustle. This is a full time job. Being in a program like this, and I'm going to go ahead and say it for any sort of lead generation program. Lead generation is a full time job. It deserves your daily attention. Again, it doesn't have to be hours. You don't have to carve out 4 hours for your day on it, but it does deserve your daily attention. And from a team lead perspective, I think looking at the numbers, looking at what's happening every day and be or even every few days just so that you can catch early red flags. Again, looking at the data to see if anything is trending down, trying to figure out what was the catalyst for that downward trend so that you can catch it early, correct what's going wrong, but also meeting with your team regularly. If you can try to carve out 30 minutes on a weekly basis, just so that the team also can see here's how we're doing, here's how we're trending, here's how our competition is doing. I think agents feel really good when a team lead, a manager, anybody, a director of operations asks them for their opinion on how things are going and how they're progressing. I mean, what's your guys' opinion on that or experience with that?
I would agree wholeheartedly. I mean, we try to meet with our team who's on Flex every single week. And I know John's listening to calls with them. You're hearing these things, you're hearing the objections, you're kind of getting down into the weeds with them to figure out what's working, what's not, and then reviewing those numbers. Flex is already becoming one of our best lead sources from a conversion standpoint. And I firmly believe that the reason for that is accountability and data. We're looking at these numbers, we're talking about them each and every week, we're reviewing calls, and shame on us. We don't do that with every other lead source to that degree. We should, but the system that Zillow and you guys have created, I think, really enables us to do that. We're talking to you from a team leader perspective, every other week, and then we're talking with our team and kind of taking these cascading messages down to figure out how can we improve, what do we need to look at, here's what we're doing really well, here's where we might be missing the ball, here's some different things we might want to try to overcome those obstacles. And so far so good. It's been working out really, really well for us, but I think it's just having a focus on it each and every day.